Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Kanye, Kanye, Kanye. So let me tell you what was going on with me. I was watching that long interview. Kanye, I was listening to the Kanye Charlemagne video. That I got through like 30, 35 minutes of it, and it got kind of flat. Then I got a text from a friend of mine. He says, "Have you heard Kanye saying slavery was a choice?" And I says, "Huh?" Something like that. Everybody know. I mean, some of my friends, media personnel, know how to push my buttons to make me respond and or react, right? So I says, let me pause it, and I didn't have to go too far because it was all my Instagram feeds was basically Kanye, right? And so I listened, and you know what was compelling about that is he was on a Jewish man's show. Why didn't he say the Holocaust was by choice? I bet he wouldn't say that. I bet he wouldn't have the confidence to say that. And then my next thought was Kim Kardashian's vagina is more black than Kanye West is. And before I digress into seriousness, I'll just say the Kardashian curse is real, man. Just think about it. Jenna turned into a woman. Lamar Odom is hasn't having difficulties, substance abuse difficulties. Um, Chris Humphries was never the same. He was a more than serviceable NBA player. I don't think he's even in the NBA anymore. Kanye West done went berserk. The youngest Jenna, I mean, whatever her name, I don't know her name, got plastic surgery for a high school graduation. 21, what she did, 21 Savage. The uncle is the father is the uncle, the father-in-law, the brother-in-law, the uncle-in-law, all that, you know what I mean, between the I don't, between, was it 21, is it Tyga? Is it Tyga? Tyga and Black China and Rob done went from 180 pounds to over 300 pounds. It's just, I don't know. Like, I've never watched an episode. I always get it in sound bites or what's going on in the news. And, but when in actuality, Kanye West is one of them guys that pimped himself, and intellectually, monetarily, spiritually, socially, he literally pimped himself out. Like everything has a price for him. He's willing to jump off of any cliff to see if it's a level of greatness. When sometimes if you're jumping off an asinine cliff, it causes verge for stupidity. You understand what I'm saying? And I think what he's doing is stupid. I did a video a couple of days ago saying maybe he's what's the word, trolling us. Absolutely not. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's asinine. He doesn't need help. People are saying he's sick. The man doesn't need help. He's obviously going to lean on that to generate income. But I was listening to the interview with Charlemagne. He has an addiction. He has an addiction to leveraging everything from a victim's perspective. He wants to play the victim so he can be a phoenix. And I hope that statement resonated with you guys. You understand what I'm saying? He wants to go from victim to hero in every eon and atom of his life. And I'm anxious to see what all the black intellectuals have to say. Even our comedic intellectuals like a Corey Holcomb, Tariq Nasheed, and Boyce Watkins. The list goes on, because I think that he's not sick. He is who he is. Just him from a non-empathetic perspective, wanted to use the face of the doctor that he said where his mom was a patient and was pronounced dead. I say that respectfully. It's just, he's just a sick man. And at the end of the day, he is going to be outside of our inner circles. He's going to be what people consider a great black man. He's not a great black man, but by no means, by no stretch of the imagination. And it's not because he's dating interracially. It's not because he's had odds ends with Jay-Z. It's because of Kanye. He wants to he wants to he wants to be the victim so bad that he's willing to destroy himself doing it. Perception. And then come back and say, see, I told y'all I wasn't wrong. I told you I can turn this water into wine. But that TMZ thing was just ridiculous. He said he had plastics. He said he had lipo. The man said he had liposuction. Oh, man. The man said he had liposuction. I don't think I could ever say that and not get an initial comedic response out of myself. He said he got it and then got married. What a sick man he is, man. He's just an extremist. He's an extremist in the worst way. He's had some success being extreme at the highest levels, which people has labeled him a genius. But at the lowest levels, he's an extremist, right? And some of you guys are going to say, well, in order to be great, you got to be extreme. In order to be a serial killer, you have to be extreme. In order to be a serial anything, you have to be extreme. And he's borderline. He's not narcissistic anymore. It's seeing how worse of an outcome can become. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, he would get a thrill out of being Judith. He would get a thrill out of being Saul before he became Paul. You understand? Peter, he would die to be Peter of the 12 disciples. He betrayed Jesus 3 times. That would just, as your grandmother would say, tickle him pink, right? But he's just, he's one of the worst people. He's one of the worst people to be around because he wants to create the worst moment we can possibly create and see if we can come out of it. It's not by accident that he pursued what he thought was the most unpursuable woman in the world. Think about it. Kim Kardashian. At one point, she was the hottest socialite, right? Her and one of the Hilton girls. Oh, Paris Hilton. She and Paris Hilton were the 2 hottest things going. And you got to give, from a financial place, you got to give the Kardashians credit that they literally created something out of beauty, not out of talent, but they turned that into a skill, being able to monetize something at the highest level is a skill, and it's just amazing how they were able to capitalize off of ignorance, off of your stupidity. I've never bought anything Kardashian. I've never bought any Yeezys. I've never done any of that. Not to say I'm proud of it, just because it doesn't appeal to me. I've never seen an episode of anything Kardashians. Just never. I just see it as it come on my timeline. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes it's attached to other things. You understand what I'm saying? So, Tristan Thompson is next. You better get out. Oh, it's too late. You had a kid by her. So, Tristan, I wonder what's going to happen. Tristan Thompson, man. Oh, my gosh. But I'm interested to see what our subscribers have to say about that, because it's very interesting. I definitely, if you've never left a comment and you've followed me and know the plight of this channel, I'm interested to see your comments. I'll check it in a couple of days, and I'll definitely read all the comments. And if I have time, I'll definitely respond to them because I think it's just important that whoever reads these comment section, whether you're a Kanye supporter or anti-Kanye or just tired of Kanye or done with Kanye, I think it's important that you feel like, in terms of not supporting Kanye, and I think that it's important that you have a community of people that actually support you. You understand? And you know what's funny or catchy about this? As you guys can hear my daughter upstairs taking a bath, is that he's still gonna be marketable. Dude, he just did white supremacy. He just gave white supremacy the past 10 days the biggest lob you can possibly give. What Kanye West is top five uh, in terms of popularity, in terms of artists, and the ability to cross. People say cross appeal when you can cross gender and ethnic and social boundaries. He has the ability to do that, and he's beyond polarizing. I mean, polarizing is I mean, he moves the meter so much, but now he's moved the meter so far in the wrong direction. I can't see how he can come back from this. I don't think how me as a man who respected Nat Turner, you understand? Uh, I did my senior project on Sojourner Truth. Uh, um, I started off as a African American histories major before. There wasn't really enough classes that I thought that was appealing. You understand? It was just basic Black American, so I ended up just being a history major in college. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to get the fuck out of college, you know. But I did my own studies, and me learning that it's just impossible. There's no comeback from that. Me personally, like as a I don't know, I would say Kanye is between 38 and 42. I would say there's no comeback to me from that. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's not sick, guys. People gonna label him as bipolar, tripolar, uh, mental disorders, personality disorder. He's none of that. He is none of that. Listen to the conversation when I only watch like 35 to 40 minutes of it at tops. When Charlemagne challenges him, he leverages it to another bottom place. And Charlemagne is like, oh, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? He's no dummy. He's no fool. He's not sick. He's an extremist in the worst kind. You understand what I'm saying? If he would have had a worse background, he would be a serial killer. Kanye West literally would be a serial killer in our society. You understand? And he's one of them guys that would kill him in the name of history. In the name. I do. Thank you. You going upstairs?
Yes.
All right. Give me a kiss. I'll come up there in a minute and I'll read to you in a second. Give me a kiss. Love you.
My mommy is going to read me a story.
And at the end of the day, he would be Timothy McVeigh. He would be, I mean, an easy parallel would be Charles Manson. I mean, that is an easy parallel for if he wasn't rich and wealthy and didn't seek the riches. I mean, what the rich and the wealthy aspire to have, like the cars, the big house. I could see him creating a cult type following, like a Charles Manson, and people doing the omens work or whatever the case may be. When he's 50, couldn't you see him being like a preacher? I mean, it's not far fetched. Like one of these cult type preachers. You understand what I'm saying? These scam artists. You know, he's the guy. I mean, he would be a mastermind drug dealer. He could be Pablo Escobar. He could. I mean, he's just extreme like that. You understand what I'm saying? And he would convince a jury. If Kanye West was a drug dealer, he would do a 10-point disposition saying that the government made him do it. And five jury members would believe him. Honestly, he's that extreme. He's just one of them dudes. You understand what I'm saying? And then what? And then what? If he knew he was going to jail, he would do a Nino Brown. He did it, not me. He's just one of the worst kinds, man, because he's astute. And why is he one of the worst kinds? Because he knows himself 100%. See, he's one with himself, and you guys may think that that's not what I'm saying. He knows his personality. He knows what he is. He knows what he can get away with it, and he wants to test you to see how far he can go. He's just one of the worst kind of people, man. Just one of the worst kinds of people, you know. Uh, I so I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. Um, he's just one of the worst kinds, man. He's just one of the worst kind of people. I choose not to ever want to shake his hand. Like the respect factor is gone. You know, I can't dis. I mean, college dropout. I can't take that apart. Out of my life, out of my hip hop life. You guys know how bad. If you've been fucking with me, you guys know how much I value hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? Um, Champions, like y'all. That song "Champion" got me through a whole lot of stuff, and for you guys too. Champion was a powerful. That's one of don't believe you are a champ. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he doesn't mind. See, the funny thing is, Kanye West doesn't mind crashing and burning because he believes he's a phoenix. Like for example, when he said he's in debt, he doesn't mind being in debt because he believes he's going to see how bad he can get, so he can get $20 million. He doesn't mind being attached to arguably spiritually, emotionally one of the worst families ever because he believes he can pick himself out of that situation. You understand? That's just who he is, man. And Kim Kardashian's Kim Kardashian's vagina is more black than Kanye West is. Kanye West, he hasn't sold us out. Don't get me wrong. Don't and for everyone, don't feel bad about you buying Yeezus and college dropout and 808 heartbeats and whatever album you supported. Watch the Throne. Don't feel guilty at all. Don't feel guilty. Watch the Throne. I told you, Watch the Throne is one of the few albums that gets better as I get older. It's so relevant. It's so relevant. You understand? Oh my gosh, it's powerful. And him and R. Kelly need to do an album together because we have extradited them out of our community, man, and it's basically over for them, you know. And so I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. Kim Kardashian is vagina is like that lady from the NAACP. You understand that? She's a it's an honorary black vagina. Anyway, I'm cracking jokes, man. Barbershop conversations, man. I'm very interested to hear what the Kardashians have to say about this. I'm sure that'll go viral too. I don't have to go to their page or anything like that, but I probably will at some point this week just to hear their responses. So, anyways, man, Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.